Hi guys, Simon over at Simfin. Third of our series of videos. This one is detailing the self-employed measures that the Chancellor introduced last night in his onward fight against coronavirus and its impact to the UK economy. We've been screaming for it for over a week now. We've been waiting for the Chancellor to give us some clarity as to how he is going to implement something for the self-employed, and he has delivered that last night. What's going to happen is if you pay your tax via self-assessment, i.e. sole trader, a partner within a partnership, you file a tax return each year. What the HMRC are planning to do is take an average of the last 3 tax years that you have. It doesn't necessarily have to be the last 3 years, it could be the last 2 or the last year if you've only been trading 1 or 2 years. And then they're going to apply 80% of that averaged figure as a monthly income to you. So they're going to pay you 80% as a monthly benefit from June onwards. So there's a little bit of waiting there. There is a cap on income. If you earn more than 50,000, so either an average over the last 3 years, 2 years, 1 year is above that 50,000, unfortunately you won't benefit from the scheme. The government's stance on this is if you're earning above that level, then their belief is that you should be able to sort of fend for yourself, rightly or wrongly. There are people that fall through the cracks though. Those that have been self-employed for less than a year, there's no way for the government to sort of quantify what it is you earn. There was talk about using bank statements, etc., to verify income into accounts, but then that becomes almost a case-by-case basis where someone's going to have to be involved in it. Food for thought, that might be something they look at in the future. The other sort of groups that are really penalised by this are the limited company directors. Now, limited company directors like myself, or I've got a number of staff, for example, I'm benefiting in that I can furlough my staff and claim 80% of their salaries back. What I can't do though is I can't claim any of my self-assessment, my dividend income that I would otherwise earn by generating profit. I can't claim that back from my self-assessment returns on this scheme. All I can do is furlough myself if I'm forced to cease trading. Where this really impacts though is the contractors among us, the freelancers among us. So there's a lot of freelancer clients on our books, and they are not going to be able to benefit from this scheme at all beyond furloughing themselves, which will mean that they can pay themselves a very low level income subsidised by the government, but there's no additional protection for them. Again, there's enough freelancers and contractors in society in the UK that one would hope that the government will take another look at this and potentially look at some supplementary measures on this. A lot of the information we're getting is being drip fed from various sources. What we wanted to do in this video as well is to give you guys access to that as well. We're getting information from our primary accountants that we use here at Simfin, and that's Butler's Financial in Rayleigh, Essex. We'll link them in the description. They have an emailing list that they're sending out on a regular basis every time there's a relevant update from the HMRC or the UK government, and you can subscribe to their emails just by clicking on the links below. We're also getting updates from a secondary accountancy firm, someone that I've done a lot of work with in the past, in Simon Faraway, and his company is Cyfar. He is generating a lot of information across to us as well, which complements the stuff we're getting from Butlers, and we're tending to find that the two validate each other quite nicely. That's all from me today. We are going to launch several more videos next week. What we'd like from you guys is for you to maybe feedback what you want to hear from us next. Do you need some further clarity around the other measures that have been brought in? Is there anything financially that you're worried about at this time? Expanding the conversation out to the wider personal finance market. Have you got anything that you are concerned about? You know, is your life cover sufficient? Will it pay out if I contract coronavirus, for example? Anything like that, feel free to comment below and we will answer your questions in a follow-up video. Have a fantastic weekend, and I look forward to speaking to you all soon.